This video is going to show you a weekly solo GM with triple bows equipped. So the idea of this run is to beat GM with triple bows, which it's arms dealer, there's barriers and startables. So it's an off-meta run, it's a challenge run. It's not meant to be a meta run. Even though that there are OP mods, it doesn't mean that they are meta. When we do solo GM, no, the power of bows goes down. But it's not all grey. There is a bit of sunshine and rainbows with it. The arc bow, right, that I've got on, which you see at the end of the video. Build mods and weapons are at the end of the video. Loadouts at the end, time stamped. I'm doing it different, right? Because a lot of you lads click off video after a minute. I've seen it. So let's get you watching stuff. Build and stuff's at the end. Okay, we're mixing it up. I can't mullicuddle you every video, you know. Can't give you silver spoon every video. Transcendence goes in, fresher. Isolate the fresh air away from ads. The way we do this is standing at the tank. Now I recommend that you do this because, well, with meta if you want, whatever you want, but make sure you do it this week because accelerated assault, good shout is up for grabs. The heavy crossbow, I'm using it now. Okay, I've got envious arsenal, so I can do rotation. I can do a little bit of rotation on this off meta setup. I'm struggling here to get up. Get up. What you doing? Okay. So I'm going to do my rotation with envious arsenal on the heavy crossbow. It does sizable damage with the mod. Heavy bowstring mod. 75% increased damage. Valuable on GM. Very valuable. It's good. It's a good GM weapon, the crossbow. It is. Now I will do the solo dungeon challenge as well. I'm in no rush to do it, to be honest. I'm in no absolute no rush at all to do it. So I don't think I'll even upload it today. Probably tomorrow. I haven't even stepped foot in Waller's Ruin yet. Okay, it's not hard. It's not hard, lads. It's easy. That's why I'm in no rush to do it, because it's not hard. If it was hard, it would be the first thing I would approach. But it's not. This is actually harder than the dungeon challenge. The thing I'm doing here. Triple bow, double primary, with a heavy crossbow. This is harder than the dungeon challenge, to be honest. It is. It is. It is. Once you know with Waller's Ruin, you know that's it. It can be done with anything. It can be done with blue gear. Right? It doesn't matter that it's bow, swords and all that. I still recommend you do it for the emblem. You may as well. We'll get a video on it. On all 3 characters, I'll do it. I know you're shouting at the video about that. You'll get it when you get it. Stop rushing people. We're doing this first, and then we'll go to the dungeon. Transcendence, we should be popping it now. Are we popping it? Yeah, and that's it now. So I prioritise Song of Flame for barriers in this run. We have to because, well, we've only got Wish Ender for barrier. So we've got to really play smart. If we didn't play as smart as I did, this run would be over an hour. For most of you, if you tried to attempt this, it would take you ages if you didn't know what you're doing. So I've actually softened the run's 40 odd minutes. It would have been even longer if I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, it would be way over an hour. Man, it's tough this. It's not the easiest thing. But look at that rotation we're doing there with Envious Arsenal. Good shout. We're making it work. We're making it work. Okay. Now I've got my second Song of Flame for the next barrier. So I'm strategizing supers way more than what I have to. See, when you go off meta, what you need to understand is if you do go off meta, your knowledge and your input and your strategy needs to go up tenfold. Now look at that damage with the bow. Explosive payload, jolting feedback. Jolting one shot. Yeah, your knowledge needs to go way up. Like some of you lads, if you haven't got the knowledge, no chance of doing this. You don't do it. It's for entertainment purposes. You just use what you use. You use the meta. Okay? But if you want to truly challenge yourself with things like this, you can. But you've got to study. You've got to be a good scholar. You've got to be a scholar of D2, right? And that takes dedication, that. You know, the dedication of players is not what it was, but there's still some people out there that are dedicated. Okay, now, I use Song of Flame for barrier, yes, and then I pop Transcendence and Getaways Artist for the ads. Look at what we're doing. It's not rocket science. Look at this, lads. I can step on a gas. What is that? Some Cabal manufacturing plant thing. We can step on top of that. Now watch this. I'm the best warlock in Destiny2.com. You play that back 5 minutes. I'm not telling you what it is. Just you play it back and you study that. Okay, grenade physics. Mastered it. That is proof that I've mastered it. Did you see the nade? Replay it. Put it on replay. Clip it. Put it on social medias. I'm not bothered. I don't do that. Other people would. Look at this grenade throw. Let me upload it to Twitter. No way. I ain't uploading nothing to Twitter, dude. I'll have other people study it first. Right? Not bothered about Twitters and social medias. People know what's what. Okay, so VIP, I'm gonna see how I play this. I play it. I actually do end up messing up a little bit. Let's see how it happens. When I say messing up, I don't mean dying. I don't mean anything like that. I mean, I think I leave a barrier up and I shouldn't have done. Let's just see what happens. So we kill our VIP, pick up the relic. Yes, we're gonna skip the Thresher. In order to do that, we need a Song of Flame, but we need to kill a portion of the enemies. Not all of them, a portion, but a portion of those enemies includes the barrier. So let's see what happens here. I pop my song for I pop my grenade for amplified. Yes, Thresher is a skip. He wastes so much ammo. Song of Flame goes in. Everything's going perfectly now. Okay, I need to kill some of these ads, but I need to kill that barrier. Okay, need to kill the barrier, or I didn't kill enough ads. Let's just see. See, I'm realizing. Yeah, but Unstop spawns in, so everything seems well. Because when you kill Unstop, door opens, but it doesn't. On this run, it doesn't. There are too many VIPs still alive. That's what ends up happening. Not that it's a massive mistake, but it does mean I have to reproc a song. Let's see what happens. Colossus pushes. Yeah. The Unstop is frozen, so we're doing good. Colossus doesn't generally push in this room. It's weird. There's some weird things going on here. Okay. Damage. We can't. This is the thing with this loadout. We're really limited on burst damage. All I've really got is a bit of jolt and a bit of envious arsenal with good shot. Good shot. Or shout. It's called, isn't it? The heavy crossbow. You know what I'm on about. So we can't really deal with Unstops effectively. Not as fast as what we would on Meta, right? Meta, you're one cycling them. On this, we're 3 cycling them. Yeah? At best. See, that's the difference. We get weak here. Yeah, we kill our Unstop. Procs ward, procs there, but the door's not open. It's because the barrier's still up. So what I'm going to have to do right here is actually deal with the barrier. Look, barrier's still up. And that's a problem. This is risky, this. This is quite risky. So I start dealing with the barrier, but I realise I have not got the damage from range to deal with him quickly. So I know that I'm going to pop song. I can't deal with it. Well, I can deal with the Thresher, but it'd be a huge ammo waste. So I ain't doing it. I pop my turret, then I pop song, look. So I get my stun with Shender here. Yeah. I'm not loaded on the down crossbow, but I can proc it with Envious. We've got half super left. We get weak. That's okay. We get our stuns. We get a proc ward over shield. That's why you use proc ward. Now, this looks dangerous, but it's not, you know. Proximity ward, right? It's given that pleasure of knowing that once you get a target finishable, you're alright. As long as you got good movement afterwards, you're okay. Right? We get weak, we know, but we are lacking burst damage in this kit. So it is going to take longer to kill champions and unstops and all this stuff. See, all this knowledge is that I'm telling you is just gone away. It just doesn't exist now because there's no tactical gameplay anymore. Because defense doesn't matter. And I think overall, defense was a massive aspect of the game in 2017. All the way until Shadowkeep and onwards. Speeding the footage up here, we kill the Thresher and the gunship. The problem with the game right now, because there's no element of defensive gameplay anymore, you just go all offensive. If you want to play meta, you just go all offensive. With loadouts. There's no need to run like, I don't know, Titan Bubble. Yeah? There's no need to strategize yourself and put yourself in a very defensive position. Because putting yourself in a defensive position will mean that you're just completing activity slower. And it also means that you're not killing ads fast enough. And it also means that you're hurting LFG. You're hurting yourself. You're making activities longer. But the thing about it is, that's what part of the game was, defensive gameplay, and it's gone. It's kind of really annoying that the game is just what it is right now. The sandbox needs a massive shake-up. I don't know what they're going to do to evolve combat in D2. I don't know what they're going to do. Making the game harder isn't going to get more players neither. But for D2 vets, that's what makes it interesting. So they've got a fine line to play here. You know, what do they do? 2026 sandbox for D2. What's it going to look like? What's it going to look like 2027? Never mind this year. Okay? The answer is new subclass. It always is new subclass because that appeases new players because they're getting something shiny. Shiny Blueberry players are like, you know, they're like ravens. They like shiny stuff. Something shiny, something sexy. They get that. And veterans get to build craft with new subclass. So the answer for 2026 to make D2 interesting is new kit, a new subclass. Something that's very, very interesting to build craft round. That's the only answer. Making the game a little bit more harder than now would be thankful as well. Because the game right now, I mean, it's weird. The game's easy, but can be hard if you don't run meta. Whereas, like if you use primary-based stuff, you're making the game harder on purpose, right? Whereas if you just use Praxic Blade and you just use swords, well, then the game's really easy. So it's really weird sandbox. Now the Banes here, healing Banes are hard. Healing Banes can ruin your day in this. They can. I get weak here, push up onto the... this is defensive gameplay right here. So I am having to play defensive because of this Bane. So that's an element of... Sometimes that can happen. Obviously, if I had a sword on, well, I would just go and sword the Bane, wouldn't I? But I'm using primaries here. Healing Banes hide and look at that AI. That's ridiculous, that. That means I can't do anything till we get that Bane. Okay. VIP, we need to get rid of the VIP. We're doing nice damage with this arc bow. It is doing the ticks. That is nice damage, that, for a primary of this caliber. If it didn't have the artifact bow mods, it wouldn't do nearly enough damage in GM. So it passes the test. The arc bow, you can use it in GMs. You need the roll. You need the god roll. Explosive payload. Jolting feedback. Must go on. Any other roll is just not good enough. Needs to be that roll. So you are locked to just that roll. But it is how it is. At least it's fun. It is fun, I will say that. Okay. I'm spawn killing all the ads here. So I'm going to push all the way up. I'm going to use my super song. And my goal is to clear out all VIPs and snipers. The barrier, I don't want to kill the barrier because the barrier spawns in the VIP. And I don't want the VIP yet. I want snipers. I want to kill these snipers because they are the threat. Okay, he's frozen there. Barrier pushes, interestingly enough. I'll start dealing with the barrier now since he's pushed and sniper's weak. There's one behind me though. Yeah, 6 cents. Knew there was something behind me. Do my envious arsenal rotation. Yeah, grab the ammo. Barrier champion's a third. Weak. There we go. Get my barrier. Sniper's still up, but he's weak. He's finishable. Deadly solar threat, you see. You got to be careful. Okay, another turret goes in. Now, I'm farming super here now. See, I'm farming for next room here. I'm starting to think about next room because next room is going to be hell of tough. But I'm going to make next room really hard. I'm going into this double primary. Yeah. We're going to make it as hard as I can. Next room. Although it makes it quicker as well. I'm using techniques to speed up tank room. Believe it or not. Okay. Summon my sparrow. And then what we're going to do is bypass the tank and spawn in all the champions together. Remember, I've got getaway artists on, so I've got something to protect me. But yeah, it is going to be hectic with bows. Because that's the thing about bows is that Bows are losing a bit of power in D2. They were the best primary in the game before Beyond Light. For 2-3 years, they were the best primaries for high-end prestige Nightfalls and GMs. They were the best primaries. Yeah. I know it was Midnight Coop, but Midnight Coop was nowhere near as good as a bow. Yeah. I was there. I know I remember it. Bows were objectively the best. I mean, bows didn't come into Forsaken. So we're talking after Forsaken. We're talking, you know, after that. Okay. But now in the game, you need ad clear. And the bows are not good for ad clear at all. Like, this run really does highlight how bad bows are for AoE. The only good bows, I mean, the arc bow with jointing feedback is good. It's got good AoE clear. It's got single target damage. But like Wishender, my god, they need to buff Wishender. Wishender needs kinetic tremors. Give it kinetic tremors and that solves the issue. It's all they need to do is update it. It's an outdated exotic now. It really is. But look at this back and forth. The circus of what D2 is, right? The circus of combat. Learning the enemies, right? You'll never learn enemies like this. If you've got Praxic Blade on, how can you study an enemy? How can you know the lifestyle of an unstoppable champion if you've already taken him to the far plane? How will you ever know how the AI works? How? You'll never understand it. Never. You'll only ever know the full AI of enemy combatants if you play off meta. You will only ever know. You'll never be an expert if you play meta. I'm sorry, you'll never be an expert. Some people don't want to be experts. They just want to kill enemies. I understand that. But there's also those fake players who think they know the AI of enemies and they don't. If they're running meta every season, they don't. And if they're running a fire team, it's even worse. Because the enemy AI is completely different in a fire team compared to solo. It's like leagues ahead. Different. Massively different. Okay? Fire team gameplay, solo gameplay, they're completely two different worlds. They don't operate in the same world. They just don't. Now I've got high ground here. Look at this. I've got the high ground on this tank. See, this is what we're doing with this room. We've took care of all of the champs. Now we can deal with the tank. It's a good strat for when you're speedrunning this. When we do a proper run, this is how you do it actually. Or obviously you would use the sniper, not the bow. The sniper's probably still better. Even though the crossbow's got the new mod. I think Star Wars Sniper's still more powerful on a single shot basis. I don't know that for definite. I just have a feeling that it is. Like, because I've run a lot of GMs this season. Do you realise I've nearly ran 70 solo GMs this season, lads? 70 solo GMs. Clears. I don't think it's 70. I think I'm on 60. I had a look the other day on GM.report. So yeah, I've done a lot. So when I'm talking about something with you, I know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Star Wars Sniper is still probably the better GM weapon. Probably. You can get more ammo as well. You can get more ammo. See, with the crossbow, its limitation is, well, I can't pick up the ammo off the tank, can I? I mean, I can, but it's risking it for the biscuit, isn't it? It really is. Whereas the sniper, it's got double the mag. Double the mag. Okay, pop turret now. Dogs behind us. And we're going to deal with this tormentor here. We want to make sure we spawn kill all of these Cabal enemies as the tormentor comes out. Now I've got Protected Bane here. Protected Banes have been changed. So you can bypass their health, but they're tankier. If you're using ability damage, it's worth just ignoring the mines and just killing them. Okay, like look, like with weapons, they don't bypass the health that much, but Protected Banes do feel better, for sure. Yeah. I think I've just realised now, we haven't had Healing Banes in GMs, have we? That's why I'm a little bit weird. Because this is the first time we've had Healing Banes in Grandmaster content. Because they swapped the Banes in and out. That's what's happened. That was on the patch notes, wasn't it? Now I remember. Yeah, that's what's happened. They're a nightmare. I hope Drain Banes aren't in here. Because Drain Banes are a nightmare as well. But we'll see what happens. I like Hypernovas, me. Hypernovas and stuff like that. We'll see what other Banes there are. Okay, I'm going to keep blinding this Tormentor. He's still blinded. Look at the blind on that, how long it lasts. Lasts ages. That's void blind, that. Okay, there's going to be another set of dogs coming up. I get weak off the void. I play a little bit aggressive in this. A little bit careless at times, I do. For sure, but we are on off meta, you know, so... Second wave of dogs. I'll come back here. I need a turret. I'm going to get a turret in a minute. Boar's doing good damage against them. Protected dog. We would have one, wouldn't we? So I'm going to pop another turret here and start to deal with this dog. Because this dog will forever chase. He's going to be in the way of when we try to deal damage to the Tormentor. We are building up towards the Transcendence. Transcendence is very good on Tormentors because of the blind with Void. Okay. Look at this. Risking it for the biscuit. Rotating that camera. I was one shot there. I would have died there. But that's a thing of judging, you know, enemy AI again. Yeah. Knew the arc of that Void attack, right? Okay, now we're going to back up here. We haven't broke him yet. So, here's a thing as well. The Shatter Strike mod, or Shatter, whatever it's called, on the arc bow. It's not doing the damage from distance if you need crit. Because the bow turns into 3 bows and doesn't do the crit damage the same. So, this bow was terrible against the Tormentor. It was. I had to use Wish Ender in the end. Yeah, Wish Ender because that's crit damage. Tormentor is weak to crit damage, not body shot damage right now. So we need Wish Ender. I can't really use the crossbow because I don't want to waste too much more ammo, to be honest. I haven't got Scav on, I've got Surges. So I've got to weigh that up. I mean, I could do it. I'm going to speed the footage up here. I could do it, but I would need to have that Tormentor blinded to pick that ammo because I don't want to go to the next room with no ammo. Yeah, it's so easy just to use 4 shots, and I couldn't. This Tormentor would tank it. So I've got a debuff with Song of Flame here to pad out the damage. I'm having to pad out a lot of damage in this GM. A lot. I'm having to do a lot of background work, a lot of busy work. This is what gains you skill, though. This is what gains you a lot of skill when you do stuff like this. Do you understand how to pad out damage? Do you understand how to get more longevity out of your kids? Do you understand, you know, what you should do with ammo and keeping it, and when you should and when you shouldn't? If you don't understand that stuff, well, it'll come to bite you at a later time when you do need that skill set, right? When that happens, I'll tell you when that happens. It's often when we get a new activity that's hard to solo, which we haven't had in a while. Because Equilibrium, I don't think Equilibrium counts because, I mean, a lot of people did solo it. They've soloed it now. It's actually more common than the... It's not... Equilibrium's not harder than Sundred, as in week 1 experience, and it wasn't harder than Vesper's Host week 1 experience, neither. So, it depends on what Bungie does this year with the game. Right, we need some news. We're desperate for it. We are. Okay, so now we're at the final boss. The hangar area. Shielded Bane. I'm actually lucky here. If that Shielded Bane was somewhere else, we would have had a nightmare. Shielded Bane. The Banes are tough in this. So we've got, hang on a minute. So there's Shielded Banes, Protected Banes, and there's three styles of Banes in this. The tooltip did not say that. It said Protected and Healing Banes. So there's one extra style of Banes. That's odd. That is odd. So I get a nice turret down here. I'm going to use my arc bow. It's doing nice jolt. Because it's jolt per shot, per 1 shot, it's doing nice additive damage. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these phalanxes. I'm not bothered about the unstop at all. Unstop I don't really care about. It's the barriers I care about right now. I'd rather use a song on the barrier rather than unstop because of our kit. Yeah? We're having to compensate. These compensation tips. Okay, I'll pop Transcendence here. I can proc high ground up here as well on the combat bow if I wanted to. But I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm just going to get this barrier to a 3rd HP, get 1 stun, then go down. Because that pads out the damage for Song of Flame, you see. If I pop Song right at the rip, if the barrier is not weakened at all, then I don't get as much of efficiency out of Song, see? You would never learn this tip about Song. If you're using Praxic Blade, you would never learn it. But because we're on off meta, all these extra little things are starting to come out. Different aspects of gameplay. Bit more defensive, bit more tactical gameplay is coming out. Remember, this is just a challenge run. I'll get a meta run done. We'll see what mods are up. Right, we'll see what mods are up. But obviously I've got to do some dungeon runs as well, which I will. I'll get round to it. Unstop pushes here. There's a barrier up. Yeah, my concern's that barrier though, to be honest. Get barrier weak. My stasis turret's still up. Okay, I'll pop a Transcendence even because I'm getting lots of Transcendences in this run. A lot. Okay. That's it. I'll swap to my combat crossbow. Okay. Sometimes if you don't get the one shot, sometimes that happens. If you maybe not fully drawn the bow. Wish Ender needs to be fully drawn for that to happen. Okay, we use our nade there on accident. Hoping that it would be the Transcendence one and it wasn't. That's okay. Unstop is basically finished. Okay, we'll interact with the ghost now at the final boss. Okay, add spawn in. I get pushed really hard here. Yeah. We are playing a little bit carelessly on this just to see. Yeah. Just to show you how weak you can be on bows, right? If you play really close, you're kind of weak. Even on meta, you are. Everything's different. Not that you're weak, it's just that you have to play different, right? So you see how we alter the position and boom, nothing's a problem, but it was just before. Okay. I do highly recommend you use scavs with these combat crossbows. See that +1? Also, if you use more than one scav, you get more shots per brick. So if you use 2 scavs, you get more. That's what happened when I last tested it. I haven't tested it this week, but I have no. It probably works the same as it did. So scavengers stack on crossbows. They're not meant to. It does happen though. Test it out for yourself. Test it out yourself in the shooting hall. Okay, turret goes in. Now I can't use the arc bow because it doesn't do the damage. It doesn't do as much damage. So Wish Ender's better here. Right? Turrets go down. Now I need the boss. Get the final turret. Now I need to pad out this damage and really tactical. I need to make it. I need to figure out, you know, what ammo I'm spending, when to pop super. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to get an arc turret down when I get it. Pop a rift. Or I might just pop Transcendence. Yeah, pop Transcendence, fine. Transcendence debuff, increases damage. Look at the damage with the energy bow. That's not bad on GM level. Because no primaries do damage on GM level. So that for that to chunk a little bit is a win. Funnily enough. Okay, now I'll go with songs. The boss is debuffed. Okay, I'll do my rotation at Envious Arsenal because I can get my ammo back. I'm going to do a bit more song damage. I'll do another Envious Arsenal shot. I'm trying to do it while I can get it. This boss is tanky. This is what it is, lads. I know some of you lads don't like tanky bosses, but he is. Brackers-san is a tank on this difficulty. That's what he's meant to be. Okay. So we need to get the boss weaker. That's it. Boom. Right. Getaway Artist, Heal and Rift for turrets. Go in with the Jolting Feedback Bow. Let's see what it's like. With the mod, it is good. And I actually would use this bow on Getaway Artist builds for meta runs. So you could use this energy bow with Praxic. Yeah, I would do that. Absolutely. King Orfeo, that's the name of it. I would. I get weak. Shielded Bane. Procs Ward. Devour left hand side. Boom. Happy. Whenever you get your shields break, do that. Always look to your left. Boom, is Devour procced. How close are you to that next kill? Is it milliseconds? How close? That's what you should always do. Train yourself. These little ticks. These little tricks. Okay, I need to edge the boss. I can't spend heavy ammo because I can't get it back. Well, I can, but it'd be a massive pain to go and get it. So what I'm going to have to do here is edge the boss a little bit further and position myself in such a way so that we can skip the next segment. Okay, so I'm just going to keep using my bow on the boss here. When the boss gets a little bit weaker, I'm going to back all the way up. Just watch the positioning. You can do this with Praxic Blade as well, same thing. It does save time on the run, believe it or not, it does. Which will show you. So I'll keep doing my bow. That's doing alright damage, it's okay. Yeah, now the boss is getting close, so I'll back up to where I need to be. Boss can 2-tap you, he can 2-tap. Right, that's it. We're in the best position. Now see that? See that? That's where we should be at. So keep damaging the boss, edging. It's called edging him. Okay, so we'll keep edging him. I'm making sure the crossbow is reloaded if I need it. I don't think I do, but I've got it if I need it. Because the next part, there's a minigun. And that minigun can absolutely mess you up. But you can skip the minigun. So there we go. Boss is sent. Turn around. 180. Getaway heists. Transcendence. Nade. Heavy crossbow. Then pop song. Boom. Look at that. Look at the positioning. Do you see the ad control? If you're out of position, you can't do that. If you're anywhere else on the map, you cannot do that. Not in the exact same way. So pop a song. I pick up the relic. I dunk it. I've got a heal and bane. Man, they've made it worse with these heal and banes. They would do this, wouldn't they? They would. Give me Screed banes then. We'll have that back. Because this section ends up being bad. Not knowing where the healing bane is, right? Hang on, it's not on this bit. It's on the next bit. It's on the next bit, I believe. Okay, turrets in middle. Dogs spawning, of course. So I attempt to go and do some DPS on the boss, thinking I'm safe, but I'm not. Look at all those dogs. Heal and bane, I get weak. Rift goes down, nearly wipe. Yeah. We have good movement, though. One of these dogs is a bane, I think. Yeah, it looks that way. There's bad visibility on what is the heal and bane and the shielded bane sometimes. During active combat, you can't always tell what's what. Look, he's there, see? See, now we know, but it's not visual enough. They need to make them glowing. So, like, if it's a heal and bane, it should glow golden. If it's a shielded bane, they should glow void. What's the source? You know what I mean? During active combat, it's actually quite difficult to, like, where is he? Where is he? He's there, we can see it. Right? But it's not always absolute obvious, is it? There we go. Healing Bane goes down. Nightmare is averted. It's over. Now I can do my damage. Dogs are going down. Heavy ammo's low. So we can do rotation with it though. I've got song. Turret goes down. He snipes me. Weak. Doing some nice. We can start doing some nice chunk damage on this phase. That's pretty nice. He's still jolted. Song of Flame goes in. Let's get this damn boss fight finished. Jesus. Armsdale is always a long GM. I think I have sped running in. I can't remember what it was. It was 25 minutes. I think I done it in 25 minutes when it was OP boon stacking. That's the best you can hope for. If you want Armsdale or like fast runs, you've got to wait for boon stacking. Grenadier, Brawler, stuff like that. But if you don't have those mods up, well then Armsdale is generally a long run. If you play, if I played meta right, you know, on these mods, not boon stacking, I'd probably be able to do it in half an hour. If I really optimize and, you know, put myself to it, probably do it in half an hour. Okay, now I need to send the boss. Next adds waves have spawned in. Now I'm thinking about heavy. I think there's heavy ammo somewhere. See how scavengers hurt me, not having scavenger up. Even though you can pick up your ammo with crossbows, it's still beneficial to run a scav. At least one. See what I'm saying? That ammo's fake. I think that was a fake brick. The reason why this is bad is because I need to kill the fresher. Now I can't get that ammo back off that fresher. I can, but like I say, the pain of getting that ammo off that fresher would be a nightmare. Yeah? So there's no way we're doing it. VIP pushes to my right. This you just stand down here. So we're going to have to take this fresher down slower. And I'm going to have to calculate what ammo I'm allowed to use here. Because I don't want to go down to 0 ammo. Okay. So what I'm going to do is probably use two shots of the crossbow. Because it chunks freshers. It really does chunk them. But there's a price to pay for that. And that is that you can't get the bow ammo back. You could be a king and jump for it, but you'll end up wiping. No good to me. I've got 20 revives. I could do that. But then it's not solo flawless. I don't want that. Has to be solo flawless. Has to be. The D2 loyalists want it flawless. If it's not flawless, I get called out. Get called stuff. So it has to be flawless. So we'll have to do it. I use my 2 bow shots. Fresher goes down. I'm trying to get the blind. Look at this Wishender. Come on, Wishender. That's with TechSec. That's with TechSec and it doesn't even one-shot. It should, but it doesn't. Nice blind though. That's the blind with TechSec. I get weak. That's okay. The ads are controlled enough. I know that I won't wipe. Yeah, whenever your shields break, you need to think 2-3 seconds in advance of yourself. Are you going to wipe? That's what you should be asking. Are you wiping? Are you wiping? Evaluate risk. How much risk is there right now? Yeah, that's how my brain works. Shield breaks. What's the risk of death? How many ads are left alive? Is it 5 Cabal, 1 Centurion, or is it just 2 Cabal? How many ads are left up? How much AoE is hitting you? Can the boss snipe you? All these things. You should be thinking about that the entire time you're playing. Multitask. Multitasking. Okay? I don't really think it, I don't think nowadays you need fast reactions. Somebody in their 40s could be amazing at D2, providing that they can multitask. It's all about multitasking nowadays. Obviously, if you're fast, you have fast reflexes, that's a bonus. But somebody in their 40s, maybe even 50s, could be really good at D2, providing that they can multitask and risk evaluate quickly. Like, I mean fast. Risk evaluation, that's what it is. If you can risk evaluate on moment-to-moment gameplay, you're golden. Right? That's fine, you're good. You should be good at D2 then. Especially solo. Okay, so the rest of the ads are still up. Centurion, we're doing nice chunk damage there with the bow. The bow is fun. The arc bow is really fun. I'll probably do another run on another class with the arc bow, but with some other setup. Right, because obviously we're using triple bow here. Yeah, I spawn a second Blood Guard or Shadow Guard or whatever he's called. Because that means we kill all the ads that are spawned, that are affiliated with that spawn. See? Oh, by the way, Blasts is on as well. So Blasts is on. That's what's doing the AoE. Look at that. Damn, he hits like a chunk. That's chunking me, that. That's Blasts. It's a OP GM modifier. For the enemies, not you. Okay, we get the orb. How long's left? 5 minutes. I kind of regret doing off meta. I should have just done meta. Because it means I've got to do more commentary, right? It means I've got to do longer video. I wish I'd just done meta. But it's alright. That's the thing, you see. Sometimes you go with an idea and it sounds good on paper. But then when you do it, sometimes you regret doing it. You're like, oh, I should have done this one or that one or this way of doing it, right? For the video, I'm on about creativity here. I'm on about being creative. Sometimes it doesn't pay to be creative. Sometimes it pays just to run the meta. It really does sometimes. We'll see how this video performs. We'll see what it performs like. Now look at this. Look at this little cheese nestle. Golden spot in the haystack here, look. See, I'm here all week. I have loads of tricks and tips. I have loads of stuff, but I'm testing on the run. I want something out of it. It's not just about you. Sometimes it's about me, this. I want to see how this boss... I want to see what this boss does. He doesn't understand this vehicle machinery. It's a Cabal tank prototype in alpha. Yeah, it's in development. Now, it was designed to mess with Brakassan's AI. And it is working. The tank, whatever this thing is, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Right? We can ignore all snipers and turrets. But how often does he stay there? If I jump up, what does he do? What does he do when I jump? Because I know when I jump, he moves. Yeah, there you go, look. AI pattern changing. Why is it change? Well, because I'm jumping up in the air, right? So it's actually better just to stand still if you're going to do this, for example. It's actually good, this, because on final phase is tough for people. On solo, it is. Turrets come up, snipers come up. Boss's AI is aggravated. He's very aggravated on this phase. Snipers spawn in. Oh, no, not yet. They will in a minute. But what I opt to do instead, because I realise the cheese is no good for speed, is that I just rotate around the tank. So it's good on this, on sort of AoE builds like this. Just going around the tank, look at this. Is it a tank? I don't know what it is. Is it a shipment of Vanguard weapons that Brakassan has stole from the tower? I don't know what it is. But all I know is we can get benefit off it. Scions, back of the map. Get rid of the turrets. That sniper shouldn't bother me. I should be alright. So now it's just me and the boss. So look at this. I can guarantee you nobody's ever showed you this. Not one player. You've never seen this ever. And if you have seen it, I want to know who it was and at what date and what time you were shown it. Because I can guarantee you probably haven't been shown it. Not this week at least. There's no way you've been shown it this week. Right? You can get some use out of it. It depends on what build you're on, right? But we're chunking the boss. We're trying to get the boss. We're edging his HP to kill him with song. Now I can get lots of transcendence because it's Wish Ender, it's Getaway Artists. I'm getting lots of light and darkness, so I can strategize. The boss is about 25%, so we're evaluating HP. I'm going to do it now because remember transcendence is debuff. Yeah. So going with debuff. Song of Flame now. Let's do Envious Arsenal. Let's do Envious Arsenal. Let's see the damage. Yeah, I do my Envious Arsenal. It's not doing enough, is it? Man, Brakassan. He's such a tank. He's such a tank. I can't proc high ground. I mean, maybe I could. Maybe I could a bit better. But yeah, he's weak now. He's basically done. He's basically done. So yeah, that was a solo GM with triple bows. Double primary bow and a heavy bow. I would say this is harder than that dungeon challenge that Bungie offered. I would say it is, you know, because there's a lot of patience with that. There's a lot of compensation that the player has to make to get round doing it all. So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting challenge. But yeah, there'll be the loadout and weapons at the end. Make sure you do this so you get accelerated assault, heavy combat crossbow. It is very important that you do it at least once.